welcome back to more Pokemon White 2. So last time we checked out Route 8 in Asara City and did a lot of activities there and also talked about the new Pokemon as well. And this time, yeah, we're going to be checking out Twist Mountain. Right. Oh, I see. So you travel all around like this and top yourself up there. Well, I suppose you have many battles to help you. Pokemon battles is a Pokemon trainer. Battles about how you should live your life. You lose sometimes, but I think what matters is that you do things your own way. Because whilst you've done before, you have best yourself. Well, then I'll be waiting for your chance for Pokemon Week. So yeah, now we can explore Twist Mountain. And well, there's a Dawnstone waiting for us. Alright, Twist Mountain has some new Pokemon to talk about as well. You got Beartick, which you can find more commonly in winter, as you probably expect. And yeah, in winter, snow piles up all over Twist Mountain. It gets totally white. We'll be seeing that later. As there's something that, yeah, we want to check later. Yeah, there's gonna be some items we can only get in winter. But anyway. So again, we talked about Beartick before. Slow Ice type Pokemon that has the really hard hitting Icicle Crash. Not too bad because of that. Again, if you can definitely put it into the right situations, it can definitely do a lot of ice type damage. Just like again, being slower and having a very vulnerable type, you do need to be careful. And we got a worker to fight her. And yeah, we have some new Pokemon to talk about as well. 3 of them. Let's value. Let's see you take a powerful attack from better workers like us. We got Cryogonal, the fast ice type Pokemon. It has limited ability, which is pretty good. And again, yeah, it focuses on a couple of things. Yeah, mainly very high Such Defense, 135, and very good speed at 105. 105 is pretty good, to be honest. Is that, yeah. Outside of that, it's not the greatest. 95 Such Attack is pretty good, but yeah. 70 HP and 30 defense though means that, yeah, you will take Surge hits quite well. Physicals though will, yeah, cause you a lot of problems. And he has the attack as well, so yeah. There's definitely a couple of ways that you can play around that low defense though. It does learn Acid Armor. 2 stages of defense can definitely help out quite a bit. But you can also use moves like Reflect, or you can even use Light Screen to, you know, help out your other allies in this special defense too. Even learns Recover too to try and, you know, stave off special attackers even better than it already does. So yeah, you can also consider that as well. And of course, yeah, it does an Ice Beam level up, which is very good in Black and White. Although nowadays, yeah, or in Black and White 2, as we were saying, that's less relevant. We're at the TM for that. So yeah. Outside of that though, it doesn't get too much is the thing. Its other moves, special moves aren't amazing. It's mainly on the ice type moves, who chain by doing physical, so you might lose it powerful. Doesn't really get anything else to level up other than Solar Beam, which is very weird for it, so yeah. And yeah, pretty much not much else via TM either. But Mewtwo's do help out a little bit by giving it Signal Beam, although yeah, that's not an amazing move in itself. Everything else is kind of whatever. Not really moves that I really want on it, basically, so yeah. Anyway, over here we got veterans, so yeah, we definitely want to take them seriously. Let's use the Moonwell Cow. So again, yeah, like I said, it's an interesting Pokemon. Definitely one I wouldn't mind trying one day. It's just that, yeah, again, it is definitely very linear in what it does. It's mainly, you know, using those Ice-type moves and maybe supporting its team Reflect the Night Stream, which again, it's actually pretty good at. It is fast, which definitely helps with that. Doesn't you can take a hit before, you know, you can take a hit with the reinforced defense. Okay, I'll show you the results by daily workouts. Again, I mean, there's better ice type up around, especially oh yeah, it also gets Splash. I can't forget about that. I did. He also was a Turbo too, alright. So again, you basically, yeah, you're talking Ice Beam, Flash Can, and Signal Beam, not many moves. It's very similar to Vanillix's coverage, so yeah. So that's a thing. Anyway. So yeah, again, like I said, that's just kind of the deal with it, so yeah. Now yeah, here, yeah, we definitely have a problem, that Crobat, so yeah. He's probably gonna try and take out Antonia. So I probably should have went for the Crobat instead of Doris, but that's okay. Because again, Vitray, very impressive with that very high speed of his, so yeah. And yeah, level 75. And yeah. Antonia also had sped. Now we can go for the lead plate there. So again, yeah, like I said, yeah, Pokemon I wouldn't mind using. Again, like I said, I'm probably gonna, you know, focus on, hey, maybe getting one shot, I already know that. So yeah, again, just Antonia things, I guess. And that's okay. So go for the Drum. Oh, yeah, we are the Drum Ball, so go for the Thunderbolt and knock it out. Like I said, I probably should, you know, prioritize the Crobat, but that's okay. And we missed the Stone Edge, that's good. We're going to Serena and end this. So we are. Again, Pokemon, again, like I said, yeah, definitely Pokemon I'm thinking about one day, it's just that, yeah, again, it's definitely a little bit of a strange Pokemon that's length short, so yeah. Anyway, let's talk about Heatmore, another strange Pokemon that you can finally find in this place. Which again, kind of like with Sizzletoad, they actually got a lot of Mewtwo moves, so it would be a bit of an interesting process to use in this game. So on my day, like, I didn't really show up. So yeah, Heatmore. Gluttony will flash fire its abilities, so you got some interesting choices there. Again, Gluttony is good if you are planning to use stuff like berries. Like, I guess I can't remember what the I can't remember what the do I even have regular revives? Oh, I moved the revives, that's why I did. I have 57, and that's pretty good. And everyone has over 200 HP now, so yeah. Needs to move up too. Alright. Again, I basically remember Flashback, and Glenny could be funny with Pataya Berry, I guess that's what I was thinking of, because again, it's pretty good with the special attack. Select, it's kind of slow, so I don't really think that's going to help, but hey, maybe it will. And again, you got Jordan Avenue 2 to stock up those berries too, so that's kind of why I'm suggesting it. It could be an interesting choice, but yeah, I do think that Flash Fire is a little bit more useful. It has good coverage, so technically, yeah, you can switch another fire types to avoid them, so yeah. With that good coverage, so yeah. And in terms of level up moves, it gets some interesting moves. It does have Flamethrower level, which is cool, but yeah, we don't really need that in this game. There you go, so this one is the #1 tactician, that's me. Everything else is kind of whatever. It even gets Bug Bite, which is kind of funny, and Stockpile, so it could technically, you know, bulk itself out a little bit too. And then, yeah, for TMs, Fire Blast is obviously a very good option. You can use a little of this. It also gets Shower Ball. Now, I did mention that this one has good coverage, but we're basically not seeing any of it, so yeah, that's kind of funny. Again, I think most of that comes from Mewtwo though, but for egg moves, you also got, yeah, we're getting one shot, aren't we? That's a bit unfortunate, but oh well. Yeah, I didn't think the Leaf Blade would be enough, but unfortunately the level difference just wasn't enough. But yeah, Sucker Punch, yeah, again, that's the main egg move here. And then after that, yeah, let's go into Mewtwo moves, which is where things get really interesting. We're talking moves like Giga Train, Superpower, and Thunder Punch. Not too bad. Definitely, definitely making stuff a pretty solid mix attacker. Anyways, a Drapion. Let's go for the Thunderball on it. Start-wise, yeah, it's kind of strange. But it has an Earthquake. Well, giving it a Sturdy. And he has also speeding, and yeah, that, even the you didn't even take the Earthquake not too badly, so that's nice. And start-wise is kind of all over the place. It's a mix attacker with 105 special attack and 97 attack. It's slow at 65 speed, but its bulk is middling at 66 defense and then 85 HP. Yeah, it's kind of weirdly started. It's supposed to hit hard, but it's not very fast, which is kind of a problem for that, so yeah. So yeah, again, a Pokemon I kind of want to use one day just because it's so strange. And yeah, like I said, yeah, the Mewtwo moves are definitely very fun sounding, so that's definitely something I wouldn't mind, you know, trying to use. And though it is definitely very unorthodox, so yeah. That's a dang shot. Anyway, you get the crit and the sturdy. Yes, Fire Blast, that's kind of funny. I don't think that will knock us out. And it indeed does, so yeah. Yeah, this one has some strange coverage moves, it looks like, so yeah. But hey. John Tracy did well though. I was expecting to get knocked out by like an Earthquake or something like that, so yeah. But now we just go in with our own Earthquake, and I'll beat that. So yeah, we lost 2 Pokemon there, but that's okay. It is what it is. Maybe I should have been sad or just been number 1 this one. I don't think that Leaf Blade would do better there, but that's okay. At least you got 2 revives, so. So anyway, let's talk about the Pokemon we got knocked out by Glaceon. Well, not Bastiodon, but yeah. So talk about Glaceon because, yeah, we encountered the Icy Rock when we were in the Clay Tunnel. And yeah, it is about Twist Mountain, so yeah, that's kind of what I want to talk about it. Anyway, we even got the hidden ability Eevee, so we're going to talk about what Glaceon's hidden ability is too, which is kind of fun, so yeah. One thing I'm learning is that, yeah, when we do the Universe Charge, I need to be very careful with Antonio. That's a thing, sure. But anyway. So yeah, let me find Glaceon. It's probably buried in the Sinnoh somewhere, so yeah. Anyway. So yeah, Glaceon, let's talk about both its abilities then. So, well, they're very similar. They both only activate in Hail. Snowcloak is the regular one, and Ice Body is the hidden one. Ice Body is better, in my opinion, because it always gives you the HP recovery. Snowcloak, yeah, it's more luck-based, so I'm not really the biggest fan of that. There's also another evasion ability, which again, not really a fan of that either, so yeah. Twist and Twist, Twisting Mountain, spiraling up like a fountain. Anyway, we've got this gentleman here. Why do I dig? Why do you fight? Well, let's find out. So Glaceon, yeah, in terms of stats, it has a very good 130 switch attack. It does have 110 defense. I probably should remember that. That's why I did the Leap Blade quite well. And then 95 special defense. So yeah, it's all about, you know, very good special attack and then good defense to back it up. Unfortunately though, it only has 65 HP and 65 speed. So, again, another kind of slow ice type, so it's quite vulnerable. It at least does have good defenses to try, you know, take a hit before, you know, take a hit and then, you know, hit back with a really strong ice beam. If it does get, you know, those ice beams off, it's scary. And of course, yeah, it has 2 abilities that benefit from hail, so with Blizzard, yeah, that'll do a lot. That's also strong. So yeah, again, interesting. Kind of interesting there. And then, yeah, for moves that actually learns, you need Ice Beam as a TM. Luckily that we have access to that. You'll only learn like Blizzard for a level up, and it gets a lot of physical ice type moves that it doesn't really like using, so yeah, you probably don't want to be using those. Barrier is also kind of interesting. It learns Twist Mansion is every season. This whole Mansion is very well. Anyway, lack of evolution struggles at coverage. You're basically talking Shadow Ball, and that's really it. And then, yeah, same with the egg moves too. Nothing really here stands out. There are better evolutions for a lot of these moves. Mewtwo's though do give it Water Pulse, I believe, and Sickle Beam as... Actually no, Aqua Tail's the Water type move. I think Water Pulse is from last generation, so yeah. That was a move I was considering on it if I were to use them Platinum, so yeah. But yeah, Sickle Beam and Shadow Ball are basically only coverage options, so yeah, that's great. So yeah, not great. Explosion. It's gonna do a lot to us. But we can take it, so that's good. Is a Bulldoze, so yeah, let's get out of there. Before we inevitably get knocked out of that explosion. Second, yeah, it's kinda it's interesting, Glaceon, but again, like one kind of getting is that, yeah, again, it is kind of niche though, and it doesn't help that, yeah, pretty much in every game that appears in it, it's always gone super late, so yeah. It's not the most fun Pokemon to use as a result, so yeah. Again though, if you do get it, you want a really strong Ice Beam user, it can do the job. It's just that again, yeah, I do think there are more interesting, there are more interesting Ice-type Pokemon around, so yeah. Now do more interesting things other than, you know, hitting really hard with Ice Beam, basically, so yeah, in my opinion. Go easy on a grown-up, even though, yeah, this game does have a lot of Pokemon like that, like Crocodile and Vanillux, so yeah. That was not going to be its main competition. And I don't know if I would go Crocodile over Glaceon. Crocodile hits less hard, like quite a bit, but it is faster. So it is able to, you know, get off those reflects and light screens. Lace obviously hits harder, but again, it's much slower, so it's potentially more vulnerable, but at least it has good defenses on both sides, especially physical defense, so yeah. It's an interesting dilemma right there. Lace has more BST to work with, I'm pretty sure as well, so that's something else to consider, I guess, but anyway. Yeah, that's all the Pokemon in Twist Mountain. And yeah, I think we still got a decent amount of Twist Mountain left, so I'll go over one May. Topics that I've lying around. So yeah, one thing I wanted to talk about was resistance to change. It's something that happens to the best of us. Hold up, yeah, so that'll help you warm up. Yeah, it's just, yeah, one of those things, you know? Like, people don't want to change things they're comfortable with, basically. And yeah, there's obviously released the games quite a bit. A lot of games either change and then people aren't very happy about it, so yeah. Pokemon's kind of interesting series when it comes to that because, yeah, I do want things to change at the same time though. I don't like the status quo being broke with Pokemon games. It's kind of weird when you think about it like that, so yeah. But again, I think nowadays they're more open to change the Pokemon because, yeah, I really liked what they did with Legends CA, to be honest. I thought that was a pretty fun game, to be honest. I actually liked it more than Legends Arceus just because the battling was just weird feeling, so yeah. I mean, that's one thing that made Arceus kind of a difficult game for me. Battling against is so on that immune swing. And yeah, I really liked pretty much everything else about it. Like, you know, the big region to explore. The focus on catching Pokemon is also really interesting too. You know, the world feels like really interesting in that game. It's just that again, I just couldn't get behind the battling in that game. It just feels really odd. So, like compared to a traditional Pokemon game, so yeah, I don't know. It kind of felt like, you know, a strange game, you know? And again, yeah, maybe that had something to do, you know, the resistance to change. Again, I would much prefer if we had the regular Pokemon battles in that one. I fight for my lover Pokemon. So yeah, I mean that's another aspect. At least with Legends EA again, the changes they did make, I was a pretty fan of big battles to be honest. Like yeah, the more action-based battles, I actually grew to kind of like those. I mean outside of that, it's an okay game as well. Like yeah, guys, I liked what they were doing with the plot too. It's a good evolution of what they started doing with like Sword and Shield, I guess. The focus on, you know, other characters and stuff. Second, I do think that, yeah, Pokemon is showing a lot of good changes as of recently, so yeah. A lot of Pokemon really came through. So yeah, and I think that's why I actually love Pokemon. Here's I love Pokemon. So you heal us, obviously. So again, it's important to, and I think the thing that changed is that it's important to, you know, have a good balance, obviously. You obviously don't want, you know, the changes to be too frequent, but you also don't want the changes to, you don't want the changes to be too frequent, but you still need change though, because if you don't change, you're gonna get left behind. Which is why, you know, you see a lot of games, you know, change. A lot of things. Like, yeah, release of the same game over and over is fine and all, but yeah. You do need to change things up to, you know, get other people to, you know. I think that, but also I think the other thing too is change can lead to the game becoming better. So yeah. Like, yeah, without change, you won't realize, you know, the shortcomings of the previous games. So then, yeah, it's quite important. It's quite important that it still happens. So just that, yeah, again. You do see that with even some good games too. Like, yeah, I don't think felt that with I don't think felt that when some people describe certain games, I guess you could say. But change around is also important to know when not to rotate. Yeah, that's actually a good point. So again, yeah, like no change in this series causes it to become stale. So even if you know the the foundation's good, then yeah, you have that problem. So you need to be obviously careful of that. Alright, we got an interesting battle here. Yes, we got that Gyarados, which is very intimidating. Get it? So yeah, I'm actually gonna try my new Stone Edge shot to maybe smack it. Unfortunately, the Kangaskhan Scrum came in, but that's okay. Yeah, we do hit the Stone Edge, so that's nice. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go for I mean, I could go for acrobatics now. Unfortunately, yeah, he went for the archeots, but I do outsee the archeots, so I should be able to put it into the fetus. And there we go. So yeah, now it's not going to hit us too badly. I think I'm going to try another Stone Edge. Nah, I didn't hit that time, but he also missed, so yeah, I'm going to go for it again. Hopefully I can catch this. Yes, there we go. So I missed the last Stone Edge, but it didn't matter as much as hitting this one. So yeah, there you go. So now we can wrap this up. Pretty easy, I think. So yeah, I'm going to go for, I think, Ronin this time. I'll go for Surf. Yeah, this is kind of interesting rotation bar right here. I think it definitely helped that, Guy School had very good coverage against that team, so yeah. I mean, yeah, Lacey also did, but yeah, Lacey only has a rock slide, so I was a bit worried that was not going to be enough, so yeah. And you go for acrobatics. You're in the fetus, so you can get a crow. But that wasn't too bad. There we go. So that's what I was talking about, yeah. Been training for rotation for 2 years now, but still not enough. And that's why, yeah, I want to be more over the change too. And his team now, he's Substitute. We got 2 good TNs. We got Flash Cannon, and then we got Substitute. Substitute, very good move because it blocks stairs. You're gonna have to give it to one of your, like, frail attackers because of that. It could be nice on Antonia because, Antonia outspeeds a lot now. So, yeah, if I can dodge a status, then, yeah, I'll have that safety net, so even if they do come with, the super effective move, it shouldn't be too bad. I could consider it. And Return isn't doing enough for me, personally speaking, same as Shackle. Someone of mine, something I want them out for. A certain move like that, so yeah, maybe I'll think about it. Anyway, let's give you some Ronin here against you. I found a strange looking trainer during my patrol. Go, Switch left. So yeah, again, I can definitely see this being a bit of a touchy subject because yeah, I do remember some videos being a little bit touchy with it, but yeah. But again, like I said, yeah, I think it is good to have that good balance. So yeah, like I keep saying, you need to remember why your game series is good, but still try to innovate. And yeah, that's obviously the key idea. It's just as I thought, a mystery strong trainer. Yeah, what we want with our change is to innovate. Because if we innovate, we can make a game even better than what we made before. So yeah, that's what the game developers are aiming for. Again, it doesn't always work, but again, if it doesn't always work, people get pissed off. That's just how it goes. But as long as most people are happy, then yeah, well, that's what the game developer wants. So if I'm not the biggest tune, but tunes are like 3 hours, for example, everyone else is happy with them. So yeah, that gets once around my road, so spirit goes up. So yeah, of course, yeah, I think the 3 hours engage arc could get very messy, so I'm not going to talk about that now. But yeah, I think with those two, again, they had some good changes to the formula, I think. I mean, engaged a little better personally, but yeah, I think that's all I'm going to see on that. So yeah, let's go with the Surfer. It's interesting to think about your favorite game series in that regard. Again, people want racer games to be like, just like the PS2 era, but yeah, it's good not to think like that, but also it's important to, innovate too on those ideas they show. Again, people complain, racer games aren't as good as they used to be, but yeah, I do think that, yeah, again, it does partially come down to, well, these are shit things. I think it does come down to partially that, yeah, racing games have a bit of trouble with innovation and compared to other genres, but yeah, I think things are a little bit better now. So yeah, like for example, yeah, Horizon 6, people really love that game. Much more than Horizon 5, which felt like nothing changed, so yeah. So yeah guys, I cool Ice type Pokemon hat and my Hot Flying Spirits, so yeah. So I'm very curious about that, so let's see about that. Again, it's not all positive Horizon 6 from like, random YouTube videos, but hey, I'll see what I think when I hopefully get to check out one day, which I wouldn't mind doing. Yes, again, I play a lot of niche racing games like Screamer, for example. I kind of also want to see what, relevant racing games are like too as well, so yeah. Anyway, I actually survived that, not too bad. And yeah, we got the hail to do it now. And he actually has Ice Body. Yeah, I think Glalie gained Ice Body in Gen 4. I think he only used to have no focus in Gen 3, so yeah. But yeah, Glalie is definitely a strange Pokemon. Also talk about it has 80 in all its stats, so people kind of consider it mediocre. I can kind of see why. Again, 80 also doesn't sound bad. It's just that it's kind of a low amount for a Pokemon to be good at everything, I think. So yeah, I think that might be the problem there. Let's go to Surf on the Beartick now. To try and take it out. Of course, you cannot be influencing so clearly by, giving it, special attack or speed boosting nature. So yeah, it looks like you can also make an ice and heat combination. So you can also, improve things a little bit by that. So yeah. Anyway. So it looks like, yeah, Ronan is gonna go in the back now, so we'll do that. Like so, yeah. There we are. Let's keep it up. So we got Dustful here. Very good. We got a rare bone once again. There's a Maniac who wants those, so we'll be able to make Mega Bucks out of him. And we're down here now, so that's good. So yeah, we got the Forest Stop. Yes, there's a couple of interesting things around that I want to show off, so yeah. Like this building with nothing inside, so yeah. There's also a vending machine if you need that. Yeah, what I'm mainly interested in is down here. There's that area there too. I believe that relates to it being winter. Let's put it back on the rappel. And yeah, let's talk to you. If you look for something in an empty place like this, you can discover things like this fossil. I just take this. You get the root fossil. If you come again tomorrow, you might be able to find a fossil of your own. So come out and play if you want. So yeah, he'll give you a fossil every day, which is really cool. I mean, I could talk about the fossil Pokemon, but I think I'm gonna wait till the area where you can do that. But over here we have the Icy Rock place, and over here is obviously this area again. I'm not going to check out just yet because I want to make sure A, do I need all the Regis in the fight, or is it all them caught just fine? And then B, yeah, I mean that's the main thing I want to find out. I think, yeah, that will probably be our next objective. We have some more legendary Pokemon to catch, I think. Back to back actually, so yeah. Yeah. Because yeah, we are done with Twist Mountain mostly now, so yeah. Hey, there's this guy. Yeah, I'm gonna look him up because he asked for some very strange questions, let's just say. This area looks like it's ready to winter, so we can't go here yet. Because yeah, I believe this just leads to a dead end. There we go. And yeah, this is smaller meat as steel gems. So yeah, like I said, yeah, let's look up this guy because yeah, he's an interesting fellow, that's what I'm sure. So yeah, I'll cut and I'll see what I can find about him. Okie dokie. So yeah, let's read what he's got to say. Hello, I'm a heavy machinery pro, and you, do you like construction trucks? Sure. Oh, I knew construction trucks are cool, right? Now I'll give you a quiz. There are 5 questions total. If you answer them correctly, I may give you a present. Construction truck quiz was short. Truck. Anyway, now here's the question. Which place is famous for an old rusty crane truck? That's Burbank. Correct, well done. You're sharp. Yeah, future heavy machinery pro. If you come see me again tomorrow, I'll give you the next question. See you then. Ah, I see how this looks. Alright. Well, so here's the thing about him. He'll give you a question, basically. So he'll give you 1 question each day. If you get it wrong, you have to wait until the next day. He has 5 questions. You get them right, you do get a small reward. So, yeah. It's definitely going to be a bit annoying to try and do all that right now, so yeah, I'm not going to worry about that too much right now, so yeah. Yeah, that is something I need to probably note down. So yeah. Anyway, though, we do get a medal here. Dowsing Wizard. So yeah, there we go. So I think, yeah, what I'm going to do for the next spot, I think I know what I'm going to do next spot. We're going to make it winter, and we're going to, yeah, explore, we're going to go catch that legendary Pokemon, then we're going to go explore Twist Mountain and Isurus in the winter and see what we can find. I think that's what we're going to do. So yeah, look forward to that, and I'll see you guys again for that.